Just getting your book. We talked about last week keeping the back position. Okay, I want attachment upper and lower body. I want alignment, my chest and this between the shoulder blades, my hips behind his hips. Again, we also talked about in transition, as I get to the back, my goal is to get this forearm under his neck and get this hand on the far shoulder. Ideally, I want to do that in transition, so let's take it from my So again, any selves, so this is one of the other drills I'm going to be playing with. Sit up. So again, I'm choking him out in transition before I even get to the back. I've got the rear naked. But sometimes what happens is we end up on the back and we're late. So I haven't got this hand here, okay? And then we have to deal with trying to force the rear naked. Just from a defensive position, what Carl's doing is really smart, kind of like making an X with his hands, whereby if my right hand is coming over his shoulder, he's stopping it with his left hand, okay? But if this hand's coming over, he's going to stop it because he doesn't really know which harness control I'm going to go for, either this or this. If he didn't use his left hand to stop it and I was forcing a choke and he latches on with his right hand, this still isn't a great defense because I can walk this hand up and get it on, okay? And again, I don't really want it to be a battle of 2 against 1 where he's got 2 hands pulling against my 1 hand. So I'd be looking to swim in, get the underhook grip, possibly strip this and tie it up, so I can use my hand to tie it up, or I can push it down and use my foot to tie it up. Okay, I prefer this because it just gives me a little bit more control and attachment, but it's whatever you're happy with. Okay, so again, it's much better then, there's only 1 arm versus 1 arm, and we want to force this. Okay, so the first setup we were going to look at is called the ZIPLINE choke. So again, from here, when I get on this back position, and I fall to my strong side, and this hand's coming underneath, I'm looking to get onto this shoulder, but Carl's defending with his hands, and I can't get to this grip, okay? So, first thing is I want to control his rotation, okay? So, I'm going to make sure, if I was in my harness position, I'm going to grip this wrist, pin it to his chest, and I'm on my right shoulder, I'm going to pull my hand back and come up on my elbow. But I need to make sure that I grip under his armpit here, so that I'm keeping that connection. Now, if I already lost my alignment, okay, my chest isn't between his shoulder blades now, it's more on his left shoulder, but I'm going to get it back when I sink this setup. Okay, but if I didn't keep this grip here on his armpit, and I was just here, Carl can easily put his back on the mat, remove my hook, okay, and I've lost the position. If he does that, this is going to be next week's class. I'm going to show you how to do a belly pin from here, if he actually manages to do this, and then you're going to get your partner in the worst position in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, okay, the belly pin. So that'll be a look forward to next week, if he manages to do this, okay? Just a quick plug on next week's class, so make sure you're here. Okay, so we're here, I'm on my strong side, I'm going to get this grip, so this Car's stopping me with his hands, okay? I cannot get to this far shoulder, that's my goal, I want to get this grip. So, I control his wrist, I pin it to his chest, I'm on my shoulder, I come up onto my elbow, but my left hand immediately grips his armpit, so I've still got that attachment. I can't let him put his back on the mat, because he's going to work a scrape off escape, and once he removes that hook, I'm in trouble. So from here, I'm going to use my thumb, kind of like a spatula. I'm going to feel where Carl's jawbone is, and I'm going to drive it in. Remember we talked about the back game being real nasty? This is the nasty part. Okay, so from here, when I feel, and take that weird look at your face, when I feel where his jawbone is, guys, I'm going to drop from my elbow, okay, back onto my shoulder, and I'm going to punch this hand all the way through. Okay, see the way Carl's now turned up, okay, his jaw to me, now I've got my grip, okay, I let go with my underhook hand, push to straighten it, and now I have the rear naked choke. Okay, again, I want to be super snug. When I punch this through, guys, it's really important that and I get a hook grip on the shoulder, I want to get the crook of my arm right under Carl's chin, and I want to be super, super snug with it. Ideally, I should be able to finish this choke with one arm, just with the snugness, okay, of my arm. That's how tight I want it to be. You can relate this to keep similar themes when we looked at, just remember, when we looked at, when we were playing the leg lock game and we were showing you different leg locks and stuff, and we were talking about being super snug with our grip on the Achilles, and the same with the toe hold. It's the same principle in jiu-jitsu. No matter what submission I'm going for, I want to be super, super tight. Okay, so when I'm in that rear naked position, here, I get this. I don't want even light passing between my arm, the choking arm, and Carl's throat. That's how tight I'm going to be. So we get to this position again. So I'll drill it one more time, the zipline choke. So again, I took us back, I ended up I got my harness control, I ended up on the strong side. But Carl's hand fighting all the way. He's using his hands. I cannot get my right hand to that far shoulder. So I'm going to pin this wrist, okay, to his chest. Clamp it, okay. I'm going to pull this up. So I'm on my right shoulder. I'm going to pull this back, so I'm coming up on my elbow, but my right hand is grabbing his armpit. Okay, I've still got that connection. Okay, my shoulder is, or my chest is on his left shoulder. It should be between his shoulder blades. I've kind of lost it at the minute, but when I punch this through, watch where my alignment goes. So I feel where this is. Okay, I feel where his jawbone is, and then I'm going to punch it through and watch my alignment. It's back to where it was. Okay, Carl's going to look up, and again, what he's doing isn't a bad thing, because when he does a scrape off escape, okay, that's the position where he wants his head anyway. Okay, so again, the underhook hand that has his wrist is just going to smear his face, so I've got that snugness on my arm. Okay, and then my right hand is going to grab my left bicep, my left hand's coming behind the back of his neck, and I'm going to make a box. Okay, to finish the submission. Okay, I don't want to be using muscular strength. Okay, and trying to squeeze with my arms. I clamp my elbows to my lats. Okay, I inhale and I use that bottom pressure. Remember we talked about clamping, hooks down, dragging my hips into his. I'm just going to take a big breathe in. And I have the choke. Okay, so that's the zipline choke, guys. Simple but effective. Let's drill 5 on 5.